What are my top 5 wineries in Napa Valley, and why should you listen to a guy without sleeves on talking about one of the most prestigious wine regions in the entire world? Well, because I go there a lot. And I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars there. And I have my own wine brand from Napa Valley. I've also brought parties. I've also brought people out there. I've done tons of trips. I choreograph every single one of them. And I'm gonna give you today top 5 places that you wanna go in Napa Valley that you can get into without being on an allocation list or having to make special calls or relationships to get into. These are the top 5 that I would go to. Number 1, hands down, by far, the most beautiful place on earth, Promontory Winery. This is owned by the Harlan family. Now the problem with this place is it is the most expensive place you can get wine. These wine bottles are over $1,000 a piece. It's a $1 billion build out, but it is the most breathtaking view. It is the most incredible experience. If you are a detail-oriented person, if you are a business person and you wanna know what the absolute top notch of how to service a customer, how to keep your facility clean, how to invest in the buildings that you have, how to pay attention to every single detail, you have got to go to Promontory. They start you off with a 10-year-old bottle of Dom to walk around and do the tour with. You taste out of their barrels of younger vintages, and then you go up into the private tasting rooms, finish your experience, all while looking out over the mountain that is Harlan Estate, over Bill's property, over Highway 29. It's unbelievable experience, one of the best views. Every single person that we've taken there is absolutely blown away by the time that we leave. It is their favorite place every time we go. Number 2, Delgado. There's a lot of great things about Delgado. The first one is if you are a customer experience driven human being and you really want to learn how to do the customer experience right, you have to go to Delgado. First off, they pour you a ton of wine. It's right out of the barrel. All their caves are imported brick by brick from Italy. It is unbelievable, the experience inside, okay? When you're in there, you're literally tasting from barrels of wines that aren't released yet. And you're going through and they make sure that your glass is never empty. They are Italian as Italian can get, right? So you will drink, you will eat. They have homemade meats, homemade pizzas, homemade tater tots, homemade tomatoes, all kinds of just incredible food, all included in the tasting. If that wasn't enough, it's the place the Kardashians went, right? When they went to Napa in the episode and they did the thing and, you know, Chris was up top hammered, they're at Delgado, okay? Delgado is known for pouring a little extra just for you and making sure that you leave there toasty. That is one of their biggest reputations, but I'm telling you, the family that owns it, food, the wines, the service, the experience, top to bottom, one of the best experiences you can get in all of Napa Valley. Number 3, Jarvis Winery. This one is completely underground. You do have to call to get in. Whether you talk to Clara, whether you talk to some of the other people who work there, it is one of the most beautiful underground, completely underground places that you've ever been. It's super hard to get to. You don't know that you're going the right place. And then all you see is an entrance to a big cave and there's no real signage or anything else besides the big Jarvis above the cave. But once you go in, you go underground, you do this tour. There's a natural spring waterfall underneath that you can take pictures at. One of the most beautiful picture scenes. There's an underground entertainment area that can hold hundreds of people. They do all these crazy events. He was involved in fiber optics and military contracting, so the dude's got money for days, and they invest it in this winery, into this wine. They've had some of the top winemakers to ever come through Napa Valley in there. They've had Telechef, they've had his son. I mean, everybody who's made wine has been through here, knows and loves this place, and they do such a phenomenal job with all of their wines. And then obviously the tasting rooms all being underground, just incredible glass doors in these caves. You're walking over waterfalls. It's just unbelievable beautiful. And if you haven't been there, you need to go check it out. 4th, Palmas. Palmas is straight out of a Bond movie. So if you were a Bond villain, this is the place you went. The amount of technology and computer graphics that they have is unbelievable. Palmas was the man who invented the heart stint. The views from there, it's just stories and stories and stories underground, but the views on some of the things that they built looking out onto the valley is unbelievable. Sometimes of the year, based on the drought of the season, there's a natural waterfall going on outside. Inside of the caves, you'll go up floors, down floors. He had a massive car collection. The wine tastings come with incredible food pairings from there. They also own a beef company, so you're eating Wagyu beef with your wine. If you love food, you love incredible Cabernet, and you're a big fan of Bond villains, you gotta check this place out. It's absolutely unbelievable. That's number 4. Five, Quintessa. Quintessa on Dragon Hill out in the pavilions is one of the best views in all of Napa. There's a private lake, you can see over the mountains, you can see over the next mountains, and you're out there, you're drinking plenty of wine. You're in nature, you're taking an ATV ride up around. The caves are amazing. Where they produce the wine is unbelievable. The concrete villas with the pure glass front, that is where it's at. And these wines, again, super expensive, super exclusive. The tasting experience, top notch, can't beat the views. If you're a views person, Quintessa has to be on your list. Those are the top 5 wineries for Napa.